what I think is the feature of the night is the third race, the 1.5 mile handicap. John S has been a revelation on his last 2 runs with the visors on. They're off tonight, but he's off career high mark and comes here in great form.
Yeah, he comes here in absolutely great form, up to 92. He was impressive winning here the last day when he was back up to 1.4 miles. And, you know, he's a great horse. He's named after a very fond person, John Short. And you know, I always love seeing this horse win. It'd be great to see if he could win. But the Joseph O'Brien horse, Mills, I never pronounced this horse right, Millsway, back off having a hurdle campaign during the winter. And it'd be interesting to see if he just enjoys. To me, he didn't really enjoy jumping the hurdles. It'd be interesting to see how he runs. Mike Sheehy takes a valuable £7 off his back.
Yeah, he's definitely a contender, and as you can see, the runners for a first race are just going out there now. I suppose rolling back to the first few interesting contenders, but it's kind of all about Sceptical, and if he can cope with the drop down and trip and the £11 rise in the weights.
Yeah, definitely. If he can cope with the drop back down and £11 rise, he has to be thereabouts. And you know, he's got a good draw in stall number 3.
Exactly. Well, that's a brief look at tonight's card, and Niall is going to take you through the betting, and we'll pick up before the first.
Thanks, Fran. Yeah, the horse is making their way down to the start. 9 off, and plenty of course form here. We're just in the studio. 6 of these previous successful at the track, as the horses just go behind 4 minutes before the first of 8. Let's have a look at the betting for it. Sceptical is your favourite here for Dennis Hogan. Joey Sheridan on board. The Yards Apprentice claiming 7. Primo Uno runs this track well. Dual course and distance winner is out in stall 9 of 9. 5 to 1. American Ladies 11 to 2. 7 to 1 and bigger prices the rest. That's a look at the betting as the horses assembled down for the first of 8 at Dundalk this evening, as we head back to Fran very shortly. Just looking in the outside, has been backed a flare past number 3 in the card. Billy Lee on board, his daughter Exceeding Excel for the first time. 11's into 10 to 1. Friday Night Lights, if you're with us last week, all 4 won. Yeah. It won't happen tonight. There's no chance.
You never know.
No, it won't. Mine will probably win. 5th Fleet. It's been very well backed, but Fran Berry's gone 1 with 6.15. But yeah, all 4 to win tonight. I'd say 1,000,000 to 1. Anyway, let's get back to Chit and Fran on track.
Yeah, indeed, Niall. Last week was probably one out of the ordinary when everything won, and I don't know, maybe we'll get lucky twice in 1 week, but you know, first one up is Kate, Premium Uno, no pressure on you, Kate.
No pressure at all.
We're in the back of 4 wins last week, so it's your first up, and you know, hopefully your horse should have every chance of being involved if strip and fit after his break.
Yeah, definitely. And you know, stall number 9, a little bit of a negative, but I'm sure Shane will get him out well and get him over. One we didn't mention at the top of the show there, American Lady. She finally got her head in front here the last day. And, you know, I think she was a filly last year. I remember she showed a lot of promise and a good few maidens early. She was bought for 200k at the Goffs London sale. And, you know, I just think she could be grown with a bit of confidence. It'd be interesting to see how she pitches up with these horses. But she could be one that's on the improve.
Yeah, I'd agree totally, and I got a big swing in the weights, obviously, with the weight for age, a 3-year-old filly. She's a pound wrong, actually, at the weights, but in at the minimum, 8 stone 4. I thought she showed a very good attitude here last day, given it was her first time off after quite a length of time, and she jumped in travel and really seemed to enjoy the surface. And can only improve off that. The second now, Healy's Double was well beaten since, and Bombshell went to Linkfield and was withdrawn at start, so it's hard to know how that form corresponds, but there's nothing you could fault about that performance, and she's an interesting one coming in with the weights. A lot of pace in this race, I suppose. Enough said in the first time cheek piece is going to roll forward, and Anthony McCann's run a red symbol. They look like two that usually blaze along.
Yeah, exactly. Should definitely be a good blistering pace. Up for the first furlong or so, and you know, it's going to be interesting, and I think I'm really looking forward to see Speclet run, to see if I was here the day with Kevin when he won his maiden back in November, and you know, he's such a shrewd buy by connections. 2,500 at the August Ascot sale.
Indeed, and he's a horse with immense potential. I suppose another horse we haven't mentioned is the other Gerald Leary trained runner, Aloysius Lilius, recent winner in Newcastle, and I thought ran better in the finishing position would suggest here when beaten by Sceptical in his last start, went third. He was just too keen from a wide draw, and a step down to a minimum trip of 5 furlongs tonight should suit him really well. He is short in the betting than Premium Uno, who I I like as well as you do like, but Aloysius Lilius is another strong contender for Gerald Leary.
Yeah, definitely strong contender, and the step down trip should suit. And another one interesting, Flare Path, that's an interesting runner, first time for Ken Condon, ex William Haggis trained.
Yeah, indeed, and won of the surfs in Chelmsford for the Queen, I think, off the top of my head. And but that was over 7 furlongs. It'd be interesting to see how it coped to this drop and trip, but it's all about the top horse, I suppose, and how good he is. But runners are almost in. From what I can see on my screen, we might have one only to go. I'll hand over to Jerry.
They're off. Even break in this opening sprint. The View Restaurant at Dundalk Stadium handicap. First one to show was Red Symbol, being followed in the early stages. Making their way to the end of the first furlong, top weight Sceptical, orange jacket on the inside, being followed onto the round track by Aloysius Lilius, red cap, and it's Red Symbol, Aloysius Lilius, striding 2.5 to 3 lengths in front of Sceptical as they pass the halfway stage. They're followed by American Lady. After them is Flare Path and Enough Said, and then comes over on the far side is Tanseek, racing on with 1.5 furlongs to go. Red Symbol and Aloysius Lilius are reeled in by Sceptical, who's travelling up strongly over on the far side and is nudged on by Joey Sheridan, and it is Sceptical who has quickly settled this opening sprint and will maintain the status quo here at Dundalk. This is a progressive sort. Sceptical clear, Red Symbol second, third, Aloysius Lilius.
Yeah, indeed. The question was to step down to 5 furlongs today. Would Sceptical cope with it? And cope with it he did, Kate. God, it was very impressive.
Very, very, very impressive. I thought he was doing all his best work at the end of the last day, but God, he's really, really stepped forward now. And we said earlier that he was a shrewd buy. He certainly is, and he's really exciting for connections. Dennis had Make a Challenge last year, and I think he's got another exciting one in the sprinting campaign this season.
Indeed, it was very just taken. It's not often you see a horse travel through a sprint race with ease, which this horse has shown, given it's only the 4th start of his life, 4th start in a short space of time, 10 stone 4 pounds, Joey Sheridan taking the 7 pounds off. But when you're looking around for dangers between the 2 and the 1 furlong marker, I know you could argue Red Symbol's an exposed horse, Aloysius Lilius, but this horse is giving him all weight, and he's just beating him with any amount of ease.
Any amount of ease. We see them just jump out of the stalls there. My selection in Friday Night Lights definitely got beat, just got cut. That draw just got him cut wide the whole time and never really got into the race for Shane, and you'd hope to see an improvement the next day. But you see here the winners there just in 3rd place, Sceptical, and Aloysius Lilius running keen again here today. But the first 3 have been up there the whole way, and nothing's ever really got into the race.
No, it did a good spread in the rest of the field from the word go. As I said, Premier Uno was beat from after 100 yards once. He jumped out a bit awkwardly and didn't hit his stride for Shane Foley. He was always on the back foot. He might strip all the better for that, but his stable companion Aloysius Lilius actually stuck to his task quite well, given it's been his 3rd run in a short space of time, and he's been up in grade, and the second horse Red Symbol stuck to his task very well after cutting out the run, and in behind there wasn't a lot really that got into it on the back of that.
No, nothing really got into in the back of it. They've all kind of finished in a heap behind him. It's all about the winner. So impressive, and Joey Sheridan's given him absolute peach of a ride. Has a cheeky look even here now, just there, has a real cheeky look, but he's always in control and very exciting. I don't know, I'm a bit excited about this horse. I remember I liked him when he won his maiden here back in November, but I didn't think he'd go reach these heights that day, and for marker 101 today, he's certainly a horse going places.
Yeah, exactly, and I think Connections have alluded to that are going to go to Linkfield on all-weather finals day on Good Friday, and look, he's a real contender on the back of this now. What the handicapper does with him, if he puts him up 5, 6, 8 pounds, it's going to be close to rate 110 on the back of 4 all-weather runs effectively, and you can see why they're going to go there, but whatever he's doing in the all-weather now, it'd be very, very interesting going forward how he performs on turf.
Yeah, exactly. It'd be really interesting to see the way he performs well on this. I feel from chatting to the lads, Shane, especially the last 2 days with our own horses, it's riding good and quick, so he won't be out the start of the season on the turf. He'll be going for the all-weather championships, but when the summer gets good, I'd say we'll see him pitching up for those sprint races at the Curragh.
Exactly, yeah. Back to you, Niall, for the result.
Yes, thanks, Fran. That was impressive, wasn't it, for a horse having his 4th start, bolting up of a mark of 101. I think that's definitely a pattern class horse. We're looking back at 9 o'clock this evening on highlights of Dundalk. That will be a 7-4 favourite, won by 6.5 lengths. Red Symbol second, and Lily's third, a further half length in third place.
At Bet365, we go out of our way to feature every game that matters. If it's important to you, then it's important to us. Download the app and see for yourself. Why, Bet365 is the world's favourite online betting company. Please gamble responsibly.
Right, back about 20 minutes time to Dundalk for a claimer over the 7 furlong trip. Plenty to look forward to this evening. As I said, Martin Dwyer, normal sort of Friday night guest on the show, but a special guest in Jason Maguire, who's with us for this evening.